Look, Bumble knows you're exhausted by dating. All the must not take yourself too seriously and 6'1" since that matters. And what do I even say other than hey? Well, that's why they're introducing an all-new Bumble with exciting features to make compatibility easier, starting the chat better, and dating safer. They've changed, so you don't have to. Download the new Bumble now.
Hi guys, here's Hauptmann from Feuerschwanz. You listen to Brutally Delicious. Have fun with it.
1, 2, 3, 4. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast. The Brutally Delicious Podcast.
There they are. How are you?
Haha. Yes, I'm fine. We have a relaxing day this day. We are on tour in Germany, but today it's cheating day.
Cheating day. Does that mean you get to eat cake and not work out? What is cheating day?
Yeah. You can eat cake today.
I was telling
Go ahead.
I was telling a coworker of mine who's based out of Munich, like, hey, I get to talk to Feuerschwanz a little bit. And he said, oh, damn, I'm seeing them like later. When are you playing Munich? Like Friday or something?
Yeah, we are next week on Saturday and Sunday, 20 and 21st of April in Munich.
You're playing 420. Nice.
How's the tour going?
It's great to be on stage. It was now a long time for us, 6 months or so, not stage time. Only Hody, he has a second band, but Feuerschwanz is my only love, and yes, it's great to be back.
Sweet. Dark, you want to jump in and take it, or you want me to run?
Sure, let's go. Hey, so Warriors. I've seen conflicting information on when this comes out. Is it out Friday or May 3rd?
It's May 3rd.
That's not the answer I was hoping for.
Yes, we have to change the album release, but now it's May the 3rd. In Germany, it's really important to publish this on Friday. The cycle of 1 week starts on Friday.
Okay. Yeah, I remember like 10-ish years ago, albums used to come out on Tuesdays, and then I think 2015 or 16, it switched to Friday. Like, what the hell? So
that's normal in these days. You can in our time you can look. Okay, there is a big rap star is coming now on April. You have you can a little bit move to side and go to another date.
Right.
Yeah,
so you don't have to the conflict.
Yeah.
So this is your first album to be entirely recorded in English, right? Is that what I'm reading?
Yeah, it's our first album in English version. That's right.
So what was that decision about?
Yeah, since 5 years, we have the third decade of Feuerschwanz. We decide to go more to the metal scene, have a stable folk metal sound with medieval instruments, violin and bagpipe and so on. And our fantasy lyrics, Viking fantasy style, and this mixed up is now our combination, and so we have more English-speaking fans since the last 5 years, more and more. So we decide, okay, the full power of Feuerschwanz is to understand the lyrics too. And so our first step is an album with older songs, with a good translation, good sounding translation, good to sing. Yes, let's have fun with it.
Are you planning on doing future records or a new release with English lyric? Is that in the future?
Yes, it could be, but it's not. Don't say in 2 years we have the second album with it. It's a plan, but it's not so. Now, I don't know the word.
Confirmed.
Not for sure today. I don't know.
Sure.
So are you singing these songs live in English then too? So your new shows are going to be English and German?
Yeah, we have our first show in Belgium in May, and it could be a good question which of our songs we sing in English. But we now in Germany on tour, and it's our power was going in this tour setup, and now it's working. Next step is okay. What songs will we sing in English? I don't know. But I write it down as a question to Hody.
There you go. Make sure you give me credit for it.
Yeah.
Nah. So we're both American, if you can't tell. And as like a big power folk, symphonic, whatever metal fan, it seems like a lot of European bands are starting to make their US debuts. Like I saw Windrose last night. That this is their first US headline ever. Rhapsody last year came back for the first time in over 10 years. When are you coming? And now you're singing in English. So when are you coming?
Yeah, that's a good question. How much people are at the Windrose concert? Can you say it?
It was over 1,000 in New York.
Whoa, that's good. Huh?
I think it's sold out. Irving Plaza. That was nuts.
Yes, it sounds very cool. Yes. We don't serious plans to have a US tour, but first we think about it. Yes.
But there's always 70K, right?
They were on last year.
Yeah.
You weren't on this year.
Last 2023.
Yeah, the one before. So every other year, you could be on 70K again this year.
Yeah, that could be a plan, but it's not really sure.
Right.
70K could be another step. That's the second time on 70K.
Yeah, I saw you there. I didn't get both shows last time. I got one of them in the theater, I believe it was.
Ah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good stuff. Yeah.
So I gotta say, like, at least all of my American friends on board loved that set. So I think you got some pretty good odds if you want to try to make this happen.
Okay.
And so I don't.
Yes,
it's not a serious plan.
Yeah, in the background of Feuerschwanz, we talk about it. Yes.
Logistics is probably terrible, though, right?
But the Hauptmann is the last person to hearing the decisions of the background.
Right.
So I don't know when, but I think it will be happened in future.
So going back to Warriors, then, how did you pick the 12 songs, and how long of a process was that? Because there's only 12 of your songs, right? Out of you had to choose from.
Yeah, it was different processes. A song like Unholy Grail, that was a really easy translation from German to the English version, and another song, Das 11. Gebot. Now it calls the Forgotten Commandment. It was really hard to translate it so in a way that's exactly a good English. But more important is to sing. It's a good singing sound, and it was really hard to have a good chorus on this song. But now it works.
Right. So you're saying more than just the lyrics, right? It's the whole pronunciation and
yeah.
Yeah, I never really thought about that. It's not just change it to English and go, it's a whole different vibe.
Yeah, it's a whole different. We have a first step with the cover versions of bonus track album of the Memento Mori album and Das Elfte Gebot album, and we had some exercises with Warriors of the World and so on. Have good cover versions. That was a good training for us.
Right, that makes sense. Dark.
Speaking of translations, so I'm sorry, I do not speak German, but I have a lot of friends who do.
This episode is brought to you by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. In breaking news, leading scientists worldwide are conducting experiments to determine if Reese's Peanut Butter Cups are the perfect combination of peanut butter and chocolate. However, it appears the study was inconclusive, as the scientists couldn't help but eat all the Reese's. Because when you want something sweet, you can't do better than Reese's. Find Reese's now at a store near you.
Feuerschwanz literally means fire tail. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. In the beginning of Feuerschwanz, we are a comedy band, and we play with a second possibilities to translate it.
Yeah, that's the one I was aware of, right?
The tail, it could be the cock too. This is two both ways are right, but for us it's better. It's a tail.
Is it better that way? Like, pardon me. It's like, would anybody in Germany?
Now it's a better way. We had a hard time with our name. The first 15 years of Feuerschwanz was not so easy with a silly name. To have a success with a silly name. This is not good in Germany to have silly things.
Right. Well,
they are not so relaxed with it, Germans. Now we have a fertile adventure with it. To have these hard years, the 15 years are now over, and now it's a better thing.
Right. Did you ever imagine you'd still be doing it?
What? The German?
Did you ever imagine you'd still be making music with the band? 15 years is a long time, right?
Yeah. Now we have 20 years. Our 20 years anniversary this year. Yes. We are really happy now. And we are happy now to go to the metal scene, because for us it's more stable when we more and more became more professional, to have more fans. They hear our music.
Right. That makes sense. What you got, Dark?
Yeah, so question I had, like, okay, similar to like seeing Windrose last night, but
yeah.
I think that I'm noticing kind of a trend of that style of metal doing covers of like meme songs. And obviously you guys did the Numa song, Draga Stea Dinte, is it called? Like, Maya he.
Maya ho.
Yeah. You want to sing it? I'll take it. But
Maya ha. Maya ha.
Yeah, so is this like, where does this come from? Is it just, did you just think it was funny? Did your producer say to do it?
Yes, this is our funny roots. We have in the beginning of Feuerschwanz, we are funny, and we have this nerve. We have it in our roots, and Dragostea Dinte is party and a little bit a laughing eye. We called it in Germany. I mean, be relaxed with it.
It went over really well live. If nothing else, it's something like most younger Americans are going to know. I say younger. Actually, it's more like that means like 20 years old now. Wow, I'm getting up there. But well, so if you got to put together like your dream tour, like Feuerschwanz and who, Who do you think would be like the best package? And please don't just say like Ozzy because he makes a lot of money.
Yes. Yeah. I want to tour with Sabaton. But it will be a little bit difficult. Sabaton or Nightwish it could be cool too. But yeah, we are a little bit more party, and Nightwish comes and they are classic. Could be a good energy package.
I guess
so. I prefer the northern bands.
The northern bands
from Scandinavia.
Well,
the US bands, I don't know. We have two. Dragon Force. I like Dragon Force. We met them on the 70K.
Yeah.
They are good guys.
Oh, yeah.
What's your experience on that boat? Was it a good time?
Oh yes, really good. To have so much people from other countries, but it's a stable party style on the boat, and every people are so fantastic, relaxed. It's very cool.
Yeah, it's nothing like it. Respectful. Everybody's having a good time. It's great.
Also, like
nothing else.
It's also like very So it's also like very international, but as soon as you get in the crowd, you can't tell anymore. So I know you haven't played the US yet, but do you see like differences in the crowds between countries?
Oh, can you repeat it?
Sure. But what's nuts to me, just as a fan on 70K, is it's a very international event. Like I think America is the most represented, but I don't even think it's half. I think it's like America, then Germany, then probably Sweden or Finland or UK. I don't know. So when you're like in the cafeteria, you meet all sorts of people that don't speak or English isn't their first language. Mm-hmm. But as soon as the shows hit, it's like everybody is one.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm curious, like, this is just like me being a nerd and like wanting to know how this goes. Like when you tour, can you tell the differences between like a crowd in Germany versus in Spain versus in Italy?
Okay. Yes. We have the first steps in Europe and the 70K concert. On the ship, 70K, it was totally relaxed and energetic both ways. People were happy with singing, and this is the same in Spain. They singing too. Spanish people always singing, and this is a different to Germany. The German guys make noises, but they don't sing really. And to make a ooh or a noise is stable in Germany, but to sing it's not so easy.
That's funny.
But now, 20 years ago, we have people, they can sing our songs, but not. They are more working. They more working to sing and not singing.
Working and singing.
Nice.
So I guess just like my last question, Bruce, I don't know if you had anything else, but let's say Feuerschwanz has a really big gig coming up, and then a day before you get really sick. You can pick one person to replace you for the show. And it can be anybody. It can be Bruce Dickinson if you want.
Okay.
Who would it be?
I'm in my second job. I'm a psychologist, and I have really good experiences with to work with the body when you transform the soul. You can firstly work with the body and with breathing. So I want to have a body worker. A psycho body worker to have some breathing work and some relaxed working, and to try to what do you say in English? To make it, or to can bring this gig or so. Yes.
Sweet. But if you had to pick somebody to replace you for one show, any other metal singer, who do you think would do the best job?
Yeah, Ronnie James Dio is not alive.
That's a good answer, but yeah, unfortunately,
that is a great answer.
But when you have a medium, you can channel Ronnie James Dio.
Yes.
Question mark. And
hologram.
Yes. We are very good familiar with Melissa Bonney.
Oh yeah.
It could be nice to have a girl voice.
Yeah.
A female voice.
Sure.
With a growling too. Yeah, it could be nice.
For fans who don't know, she's currently doing stuff with Camelot, but her main band is Ad Infinitum. Yeah.
Yeah, she's working a lot. She's crazy.
Oh yeah, she's great. Wasn't she on board with you on the ship last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was on board 2 years.
So there you go. There's your understudy.
Thank you, my friend, for taking the time. I appreciate it. Stay safe on the road. God, stay safe.
Thank you too.
Be well.
Thank you. Have a good
Cheers.
one.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Welcome to us talking about our podcast for a minute.
What's the name of that podcast?
That's Axe to Grind, and right now you're going to be getting a little taste of it, right down to the shaky microphone and all.
And my name's Bob.
And my name's Patrick, and usually we're joined by Tom.
Tom's the best. Tom has a real grown-up job that requires him to be at work, but we talk about decidedly not so grown-up things like
hardcore music and things that people that like hardcore music tend to like.
So that could be the latest shows, revisiting classic material, talking about the new classics, all the little dorm room nonsense that you imagine from niche music podcasts that you either love, want to love, or hate.
Yeah, imagine all the emotions that you have towards a genre that has impacted your life, and then condense them down to an hour to 2 hours a week.
So triangulate your speakers, think about jumping off the bed, singing along, dancing like an idiot, and listen to Axe to Grind podcast.